We just got off a panel together. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Sarah. Great to be on the show again.
Well, obviously, we're going to talk about the CHIPS Act, but we've got to start with the market because NASDAQ's down another 3%. The semiconductors get hit every time there are these concerns about the economy and rising interest rates. Are you seeing that in your business?
Yeah, it's a turbulent market, right, at the end of the day. And obviously, the implications of inflation in the U.S. and tightening a monetary policy to address that. The implications of Ukraine and energy prices in Europe and China, right, and their supply chains and COVID and so on. So you have all three major economies having some headwinds across the world. And obviously this is now, blowing through the business. So, yeah, we think it's going to be a choppy environment for a period of time. And, the market's reflecting that isn't particularly surprising. At the same time, hey, I'm on a 5-year journey as we're rebuilding this great company, rebuilding this industry as well. So we're not too worried about near-term swings. It's very much about what we do for the long term.
Do you welcome softness in the economy right now as a company that's been at the center of the chip shortage, which is driven by, obviously, supply chain problems, but also this huge pickup we've seen in demand?
Yeah, I think of it through two lenses. One is everybody wants to be up and to the right forever. But we always know that's never the case. And as we're rebuilding Intel, this is a good time for me in the sense that, a little bit of austerity, as we're addressing and rebuilding the company, just helps me to drive change more rapidly. But also with the significant shortages that we've seen now for multiple years and forecasted to last for a couple of more years, a little bit of reprieve in the market hopefully will allow us to catch up a bit more rapidly and get to a better supply-demand balance situation.
So you created a lot of drama last week when you delayed the groundbreaking ceremony of the new chip plant in Ohio. What was the thinking there? What message were you trying to send?
First, we had never been public on the groundbreaking time, but we were planning on doing it in July. And, with that, we were expecting chips to be done. And we were sort of...
the legislation.
The CHIPS Act and, that legislation, it was passed over a year ago by the Senate. And I'm just baffled, right? Frustrated, anxious to see this come across the line as they're now in this conference process. And without some certainty of that, as we said when we announced the Ohio project, we can either go slow and small with the project, and we'll just do a couple of fab modules there this decade, or we can go big and bold and go from 20 billion up to 100 billion. But in absence of certainty of getting that across the line, it just didn't seem prudent for us to be barreling as aggressively ahead and to send a clear message to Congress. We need this done.
So what is the latest? You're on the phone all day with lawmakers, I imagine, talking about this. Is it going to get done before the midterms, after the midterms, ever?
And, I think there is, obviously the House and the Senate are now in conference process. And, there was too much added around the House bill, things that weren't directly related to, competes and chips. We're sort of pulling that away and getting down to the core issues. We've really challenged, and we were chatting with Senator Portman this morning. We are at game time in Congress. We need this done before the August recess.
So or else what?
Right. Else, it does potentially fall into the fall season.